Oops, hold on. It's not you, it's me.
Coach Angela is going to take us through, starting with a plank alternating bird dog. Hands and knees is your starting position, and we're going to extend the opposite arm and the opposite leg. We're engaging that core by drawing that belly button into your spine. Next up, we're going to go right into a push-up position, and we're going to perform a plank alternating toe ankle tap. So we're going to sit the hips back and reach for your ankles as best as you can.
Opposite sides.
Come back upright. We're going to perform a Cossack squat. Feet are wider than your hips. Keep those toes pointing straight. As you sit your weight into your heels, you're going to lift the toes on the opposite.
So we're going to go 1 minute of each of these 3 exercises, 2 rounds through. Let's find ourselves in our all fours position. Let's begin that alternating bird dog. Remember, it's not about reaching out through the leg, as in how high can we get the leg, but instead of thinking about pressing the heel flat to the wall behind you like you were squishing a bug, and keeping our lift from the back of the knee or from the glute, as opposed to from the heel. 1 minute alternating through, and then we'll go ahead and take it into that plank to ankle tap. Belly button in, it's all about flat back. More than halfway through, coming up on just about 15 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, let's take it into that plank. Shift it back and reach for the opposite ankle. If we can't tap the ankle, that's fine. Maybe we find the shin, maybe we find the knee. Maybe we'll just reach back ever so slightly. Take your time. We don't have to move quick. We're starting to warm up. We got to start slow and build. That's the point of a warm-up. We don't go just 100 miles an hour right off the line. Hips go straight back. Keep your core tight. More than halfway through. About 15 seconds. We'll stand up and we'll take it into that lateral lunge or a Cossack squat. And 2, 1, stand it up. Feet are twice, if not 3 times hip distance apart. We're shifting it one side, coming through midline, shifting it to the other. As we start to get warm, let's work on keeping ourselves low and maybe starting to lift up into that heel as we drop it back. Remember, it is back and down, not forward. If we're lifting up on that heel, your feet have to come back to that 11 or that railroad stance before we drop it down. My shoes and the rubber floor that we have in my gym do not like to rotate. Okay, guys, we got about 10 seconds, and we're going back to that alternating bird dog. And back to the floor. All fours position. Lock that belly button first. Think about balancing a glass of water on your back as we lift and lower the arm and leg. Coming up close on that 15-second mark. Let's make sure we're not just moving through when thinking about breakfast, thinking about the emails. Instead, put your intention, guys. The more thought, the more care you put into the warm-up, the more your body is going to be ready for the exercise ahead. In 3, 2, 1. Take it to that plank to ankle tap. Again, warming up those shoulders. If we need to, we can always be here in kneeling plank to take it back to a child's pose and shift it forward. I can play with whatever works for our body today. That's halfway. And 15. And 5. And take it into that Cossack squat. Again, twice or 3 times, if not 4 times, hip distance apart. Chest is up, shoulders in that set position. Drop the booty back. I'm gonna really start to heat up through those legs. Keep it low and just shift it side to side. Make sure though the toes aren't pointing out now into a duck, where that foot plants firmly. Halfway. $15. In 3, 2, 1. Block number 1 of 4. So it's from June 7th. I don't remember which one it was. It's totally fine. I got it in front of me on the piece of paper. 6 minutes. We're going 10 reps, 5 exercises. Squat with alternating floor touch. No jump in there. Notice that we're just reaching down the ground. The more we kick that arm back, the more dynamic we're going to make it. If we need to, we reduce range of motion. Plank kick through. Bring the hand to the opposite shoulder. If you need to, we can always take it into a little bit less of an option. She's going crazy there. She's really good at those ones. Or they just really picked up that warm up. Alternating reverse lunge with tap. We're then going to find ourselves reverse plank with swing through. And pull your booty back. Extend those hips up, pull your booty back. We're then going to continue on down the line. We got plank low to high. So this is going to feel, you're going to feel it in the triceps, guys. Press deep through the palms. Remember when we talked the other day about really spreading your fingers wide, engaging your palms in the mat? That is the best example of why we need to do it. So let's begin. We have 6 minutes total, 10 squats. We're tapping on the floor. Again, the more we reach the arm back, the more dynamic we make. Body weight exercises today, but to get the heart rate up. This must have been done on a Sunday that we weren't hanging out together, or it was on that Tuesday that I wasn't here. Okie dokes, guys, okie dokes. Keep it up, 10 all the way through. That first exercise is more about the squat than it is about the floor touch. Again, guys, we're moving as quick as our body allows us. Don't go ahead and sacrifice form just to move a little bit quicker. But after you find those first couple of reps, you find that balance, pick up the pace ever so slightly. Let's get that heart rate up. If we're having trouble with that reverse plank swing through, if you have yoga bricks or something you can elevate both hands on, giving yourself a little more space off the ground might make it easier for those of us who have short little arms. Even a set of dumbbells might help. Whew. Again, with those lows to highs, we're going to feel it in the triceps. Spread the fingers wide, engage the palms completely into the floor. 'Look at that, team. We're already at the halfway point. Again, our goal is to try to get at least 2 times through. Two-minute warning, team, and then block number 1 is done. Nice job, team. We got 60 seconds. These last 2 exercises, total tricep burnout. Woo. Awesome sauce, guys. Less than 30 seconds. Final 15. And 2, 1, and done. Block number 1 under our belts. Block number 2, 10 minutes of fun, 4 exercises. We are doing all of the above. We got some total body, we got some lower body, we got some upper body, we got some core. We're gonna start here, ground to press. Double dumbbells in that medium range. We're gonna take it all the way from the floor to the sky. A ground to press is using power. It is not a squat, curl, and press, but it is explosion through the hips like we were doing a clean, a swing, or a snatch. Swinging lunge, everybody's favorite, all the way forward, all the way back is 1 repetition. 5 in total reps. If we need to, tap in the middle, just pause and take a breath. We're then gonna find ourselves moving into a bear plank, walk out to shoulder tap. So, our arms are gonna be the ones moving here. Starting here in our bear position, we're gonna tap a shoulder after we walk out from that plank. There you go. So think of plank alternating shoulder tap with a walk back to bear. It's just 1 step. You don't have to make a whole lot of hand steps. If we want to, there you go. You notice that reduced range of motion. Single arm bicycle chest press. Did this the other day and I talked about it, how much I was gonna screw it up. So We're going to extend out the arm and the leg, working on that left arm with that right leg, and then we'll switch it up 5 to the other side. Keep the shoulders off the ground. Try not to lift with the chin instead. 10 minutes, 4 exercises. Any questions, team? Awesome. Let's begin. Ground to press. Notice real quick that as he's going up, his knees are kind of buckling in a little bit on that right-hand side. Think about pressing your knees out, almost like you were wearing a mini band on your thighs the entire time. We talked about it when we did these swing lunges before. Remember, when you're coming back from that front lunge, think about pressing off the heel as opposed to off of the toe. With that shoulder tap and that bear walk back, let's try to initiate movement with the opposite hand each time. So in that chest press, make sure the knees aren't just coming to the chest and hanging out. Engage through the lower abdominals by keeping the hip angle at a 90, keeping the knee angle at a 90. Nice job, team. As we come back to the beginning, take a moment to reset your brain, reset your body. Don't just hang out wondering what's happened next, but instead, really think about the position the body should be in to be safe for this next exercise. Shoulders, hips, and torso all in that set position. Coming up on just about the halfway point. in block number 2. Nice, Joe. Looking good. Hey, Christy, how's it going, buddy? I assume work's been just a little extra busy. Leah, I know you're going for a job as a Shakira impersonator, but what am I going to tell you about your hips next time you plank it out? Hey, you know, yeah. Oh, but that's so much harder, Mel. Good job. Again, I'll go on tour with you. We can shake it all over the country. Just when our planks, you gotta hold it tight. But it's hard to hold when you're making me laugh. I know, guys, I know. Soon we'll be together again. Three and a half left in this block. Ruler constraint, so remember, we're working steady, but we're slowing down the hard parts of the exercise. Time under tension is going to really help build those muscles. Again, late, our goal has always been at least 2 rounds through if you get into that 3rd round groovy. If you get into a 4th round, maybe you want to invest in heavier weights in the big picture. I know we're going back, we won't have to worry about it, but having weights at home sometimes can be beneficial. So maybe it comes to the winter and you have a cold. You really want to do some exercising, but you don't want to come into the studio. Then you already have weights at home. See, you can find an old Orange Theory workout on YouTube. You'll be set. 2 minutes. You're maybe not ready to come back to the studio right away. Buying stuff for home, a couple of pieces of equipment here and there, is investing in yourself. You don't always have to use it, but it's there if you need it. One minute, guys. Just 60 seconds and then we're halfway through our blocks. Last 30. Just just about 15. 5. And done. Nice. June 11th, block number 3. So it's a 6-minute core block, but we're going to be standing the whole time. Don't know if you guys remember this, but we're going to grab onto a weight, drop it down. Think about pulling back with the opposite side. Standing alternating Spider-Man, light weights. You're going to squeeze it in. We're then going to find ourselves into a single leg sprint, squeezing up and back. So just like when we were on our tummies laying on the floor, we do those Supermans with the upper back squeeze. Think about that with the weights. We may have to go a little lighter than we want to. Isometric half squat, oblique twist. Sitting down deep into that squat. We're going to twist it through like we were bicycling on the ground with stable legs. We're then going to find ourselves into a standing star reach. A little more flexibility. Working out a little bit of that heart rate coming back down. Then we'll go back to the beginning. We got 8 all the way through, 6 minutes of fun. Any questions, you wave me down? Let's begin. Okay, so in that standing oblique crunch, she's got the weight, the working weight right now in her right hand. She's taking it as low as she possibly can, and then thinking about squeezing back up with the left-hand side. So the weight's gonna go as low as it can and then squeeze up with the other side. Once you get through the 8, you go ahead and switch to the other side. Remember, you're leading with your shoulder, not with your head. So we're not doing a little ping pong action. We're going slow with control. Depending on how our shoulders are feeling today, as we alternate through that Spider-Man, squeezing it down, using kind of that medium to lighter weight. We need to drop it down, so be it, especially as we come to that single leg sprint. Think about driving the knee up and squeezing the elbows in. Man, my upper body, those tiny little shoulder muscles do not like that sprint. It's not about the legs and the balance, man. It's about that upper body. Whew. For that standing oblique crunch, let's go ahead and think about what's happening in his hips. We're gonna have a tendency to try to rock it side to side, just like we did in our plank position earlier. Think about keeping the hips in one space and just moving through the torso. That last one, I'm not gonna lie, makes me think Super Jane Fonda. I can see myself and all y'all in little terry cloth headbands. and leotards that the hip holes come up to your belly button. You know, shiny pantyhose days. Whew. Nice job, team. Nice job. We're coming into the final minute. Man, that block flew by. There you go, Andy. Nice. I know, right, Jill? It hits those traps in a new kind of way. Jiminy's. I want to be like super cool and hold like 15 pounders out there. But my little 4 pounders are more than enough. I debated the 1.5ers that hide in the back. Come on, 30 seconds. Nice, guys, nice. We got about 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. I have great news. We have the last block of the day, 9 minutes long. I have terrible news. It's that burpee block from the other day where we started with the burpee to plank to triple plank jack, and then we lose the triple, and we go to single, then we lose the plank jack, then we go just to squat jacks. I know, guys, I know. I wasn't right, just not fair. Just not fair. I didn't mean to, but it was there and I have to. Okay, dokes, guys, it was 6 or 9 minutes. It's 2 rounds through. We'll get through it together. We will defeat this block. So it'll start with that 1 minute. We'll have 30 seconds to rest. It'll go 45 of work, and then 30. Then we'll repeat through. So that first one, that squat jack to burpee to triple plank jack. Again, if you can't remember the rhythm, you can't figure it out, just do some jumping, do some waving around. It'll look like you're doing it close enough. You guys ready? This is it right there. Come on, squat jack to burpee to triple plank jack. You got a whole minute here. Notice how wide she's coming, like a sumo plus kind of squat. Why is that? Because she's getting her heels down for that squat jack. Come on, halfway through. Get into that squat before you drop the chest. Don't let yourself just round over. Drop the booty down, then hinge, then hands, and plank. Come on, we got 5 seconds and then we get a rest. And 2, 1, and pause. Breathe, guys, breathe. 30 seconds to breathe. And then we'll lose 2 of those plank jacks. This is one of those blocks that I think Orange Theory is proud of. You may see again at some point in your life. Just putting it out there. Squat jacks to plank to triple blah, 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 blah. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Only 1 plank to that jack this time. Only 45 seconds of work. So let's talk about those hands once more. Get them flat, guys, get them flat. We got less than 15. Rest in 3. Oops. 2, 1, and breathe. So notice that next one, squat jack to burpee. So no plank jack this time. What does that mean? It means we have less time throughout each and every rep, which means we have more time of quick movement, alternating between 2 of the same. So our heart rate's gonna get increased, even though it is only 45 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Oops. So again, lose the plank jack. If you can remember to. Because we're losing part of the exercise, we have more repetitions. The more reps, the higher the heart rate gets. The higher the heart rate gets, the longer we sustain in that orange zone. Keep that heart rate up. Make sure we're earning the flat points even here in the basement. Come on, guys. You have 15 seconds, and then we'll have another 30-second break. And rest. We have 30 seconds here to rest, and then we'll get into squat jacks. Just 30 seconds of squat jacks, and round number 1 will be done. You guys are doing fantastic today. I know nobody wants to hear about this burpee block again, but the satisfaction when we get all the way through it is totally worthwhile. Shake out those hands, roll those shoulders back and down. Biggest breath of the day. 3, 2, 1. Squat jacks. Having trouble with that jump? You step it out instead. Take it to the other side. Make it dynamic. Use those arms. How wide can you get those feet? How low can you get that booty? Halfway. Weight back in those heels. Chest up and proud. In 5, you get a break. 2, 1, and rest. 30 seconds, and then we're gonna do it again. Virtual high fives. We're almost there. Almost there. Join me in the fun party of screwing up all the way through because you can't figure out how to lose part of the exercise because your patterning skills are just getting a little older. 5 seconds, guys. We'll begin. Last round. I know you're with it. Let's do it, do it, do it. And begin. Squat jack, plank, triple jack. Feet forward, closed, open, hinge. Come on, team. Come on. That's halfway. Come on, team. Come on. 15 seconds. We're getting rid of that little voice in your head that's telling you you're tired. Know that we're going to rest. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Ooh. 30 seconds to breathe. We'll lose 2 of those 3 plank jacks. Oh, okie dokes, guys. I know you're ready. 5 seconds. Let's get into that plank in 1, plank jack in 2, 1. Begin. 45 seconds of work. Come on, team. Come on. Less than 30 seconds. Get those hands flat. Why do I keep saying it? Because I keep cheating. Come on. And rest. 30 seconds once more to breathe. Then we'll lose the plank jack altogether. Once we lose the plank jack, guys, that means we have 75 seconds of work left in our workout today. It's not bad at all. I know. We'll be more excited for the final effort. But we're almost there. In 5, 2, 1. Let's begin. You guys are rock stars. You're going to drive it all the way through to the end of this block. You're going to find someone in your life to be like, you know what? That burpee block that I complained about last week, Coach Mel made me do it again. And she can't even remember to leave the plank jack out of it. Team overachievement. Come on, team, come on. We are working on just 5 seconds. Oh, and I keep putting the plank back in there. I gave up on myself. Into 30 seconds to breathe. Then we're gonna go squat jacks. Just regular old squat jacks, no up, no down. Well, as in down to your hands. But here's the deal, guys. This is the final 30 seconds. This is our Monday morning all out. Whatever you want to get out of the workout, it's what you put into it. You know that as well as I do. So roll your shoulders back and down. Remember that you got pom-pom socks on your heels, even if they're not there. You're gonna put those big hoops in and we're gonna get it done in 3, 2, 1, all out. Come on. How many squat jacks can you get in 30 seconds? You got 15 seconds, let's crank it up. Press a button to feel like a badass. 10 seconds, let's go. Last 5, burn it out, burn it out. In 2, 1, and done. Whew, that was tough, guys. Whew. Not gonna lie, I wasn't a huge fan of it the first time around, but felt super successful at the end. Thought it might come back around and wasn't disappointed. So a couple of good deep breaths. You guys don't have to go to the floor just yet. I'm just gonna move you down. You're not gonna miss out on anything. We're gonna go down the floor pretty quickly. Inhale, circle sweep arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive it down. Let the upper body hang heavy. Let the chin tuck towards the chest. Gently shake the head no. Nod the head yes. Bring it through that still point, bending the knees if we need to. Fingers to the floor. Left foot's gonna step back as far back as it can go. Left knee comes to the ground. We lift the chest up. Hands can stay on the thigh. Heart position. Reach the arms to the sky. We can even open into a baby back bend if you promise that you'll tighten that left butt cheek and press the left hip forward. So again, the chest is going up to the sky as opposed to crushing through the lower back. Let's get a little rotation. Left hand down to the inside of the right foot. Inhale, right arm up. Pull the belly button in. Empty all the air out of the tummy and twist a little bit deeper. Fingers are going to come down to the floor. The right knee's going to come back. The high knee's going to meet the heels in our child's pose. How far can we walk those arms forward with the derriere attached to the heels? Feel the stretch through the armpits. Like we were put on one of those stretcher machines that you see in the torture chambers. You know, happy thoughts. Go ahead and look at that place between the hands. Shift it forward as we step the left foot between the hands. Let's bring the chest up, hands to thigh, heart position. Tuck the tailbone in and squeeze that right butt cheek and maybe even lift the arms to the sky. Shoulders down in that set position, belly button pulls to the torso. If we'd like, we can roll the shoulders back and press the hips forward as we look to the sky. Stop wearing those biceps as earmuffs. Give yourself some space. Exhale, go ahead and hinge it down. Right hand plants, left arm lifts, we twist. Think about squeezing the left knee to the right shoulder and the right shoulder to the left knee. Release it down. Bring that left knee back to meet the right. High knee meets heels, child's pose. Once more, walk those arms as far forward as you can. Inhale it up, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower it down. Placing those elbows underneath the shoulders. I'm just gonna come closer. Placing the elbows underneath the shoulders so that the elbows are at a 90-degree angle, palms spread wide onto the ground. We're gonna roll the shoulders back and down. That little pinch alone, you're gonna feel the chest start to pull forward. Relax the butt cheeks, press the hips down to the floor, and pull your body forward. We should feel this stretch through the shoulders, through the spine, through the abdominals. Again, relax the butt cheeks. Release it all the way down, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale through kneeling plank. Shift it back, walking those hands underneath the shoulders and find that all fours. Exhale, we arch it up. Inhale, let's scoop it through. Finding that neutral spine. Shift the hands a little bit forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, drop the heels, downward facing dog. Let's bicycle the feet, drop one heel, bend in the opposite knee, and alternating. Bicycling the feet, getting a good stretch through the back side of the legs. Let's lift up on both sets of tippy toes. Press through your hands, press through your heels, and heels all the way down to the ground. Can you bring the head through the window of the arms? Let's start to walk those feet forward, taking as many steps as we need to, trying to keep the palms flat for as long as possible. One vertebrae at a time, let's roll it all the way up. Shoulders down in your back pockets, big breath in. Exhale, let go. Round of applause for yourself. Round of applause for your neighbors.